Slab of Reminiscence activated.
Okay, might as well do this. Probably a good thing to end off today on. Today's worth of recording, at least. I don't know how much longer it's going to be, so I don't think I'm going to try to make a big sprint to the ending. I think I'm just going to record when I can. Because if there's multiple floors, I don't think there's going to be 2 extra floors. There's just going to be like 2 extra floors. Maybe if there was like 1 extra floor, I'd get it. But especially with how many daydreams they said we have left. If we're getting them like 1 per floor, this might be a lot more floors than I was thinking before. So, because I think we needed another 4 daydreams to get to the ending point of the mission that we were given. Early March, 1207 of the Septine calendar. After commanding the Viceland army in the war, the one-time head of the mayor's forces was set to remain principal of Thor's branch campus. To that end, she found herself poring over reams of paperwork. There, I suppose it's about time for a break. When I first took this position, I never thought I'd stick with it. But thinking about the changing landscape of the continent, there's great significance behind staying here. And we're planning going back to the provincial army anyways. I need to put my all into being the principal, but Lady Mildine as well. Reevaluating the structure of Thor's main campus and the revival of club activities. The main campus is going to see major changes, and the branch campus is going to expand in scope. In addition to a reshuffling of the teaching staff, more hands will be brought on board, and the number of students will increase greatly. For now, it looks like I'll be in charge of the arts. Okay. Instructor Mary and I will have to coordinate not just when it comes to classes, but clubs as well. If I remember correctly, she's currently back home taking some time off. I remember when she came to me to talk about her romantic woes. I was at the farewell party the night before the Battle of Jormungandr. And I believe Wallace was there as well. That does sound vaguely familiar. Is that, Yeah, that was at Michel. That does sound familiar. Speak of the devil. It's me. What is it? I see. Understood. Well now, this should be fun. I don't know if that's scary or scary. Probably scary. Probably very, very scary. Holmes, resident St. Arkh, the old capital. Sus. There you are, Mary. I'm sorry for asking you here during such a busy time of the school year. I haven't caused you to use up some of your valuable vacation time. It's perfectly alright. I managed to finish everything I needed to do. I'm thankful for the opportunity to take a break and come back home for once. So what is it you wanted to speak with me about, Father? Well, you see, I'm happy that your career is going so well. However, I suppose there's no sense in beating around the bush. What exactly is the status of your relationship with that man? Do you mean Makarov? Yes, him. Scruffy-looking commoner with no sense for the fine arts. I learned you two had been seeing each other for over a year the night before the Great War started. Oh, that was a stressful couple of days for you. It was still just a phone call, but I could tell from speaking with him that night that he's a strong-willed sort of man. He's even Professor Smith's second disciple. However, what exactly has he done in that half year since? Still yet to give you a formal proposal or to buy you a ring? Yes, but I thought you accepted his explanation when we came to visit. You mean after the war? To be frank, Professor Smith still has yet to recognize any of the results I've produced thus far. Until that happens, I won't feel as though I've earned my keep as a professional researcher. Once I've accomplished that, then, only then, I will be ready to settle down with Mary. So, please, I ask that you remain patient for a while longer. I just need a bit more time. Oh, which brings us into the thingamabomb, the mini game with the soldats. His words were quite impactful, but they lacked convincing. They lack convincing persuasion? I don't think that's the word you wanted to use there. To make matters worse, I haven't heard a single word from him since. Just what are these results he spoke of? Isn't he an instructor first and foremost, like yourself? I assure you, he has his reasons. Even if you of all people find that hard to believe. Enough. I'd rather move on from discussing him. You brought him up! I summoned you here today to talk of something else entirely. You have a marriage interview coming soon, Mary. Pardon? What in the world are you talking about? I respect the feelings you hold for that man. However, I can tell how unsatisfied his hesitancy has left you. You can say that he has his reasons, but not even you understand what results he's searching for, do you? No, not specifically. But he still has my support regardless. That may be, but I can't simply stand by and let you wallow in suspense like this. As for this interview, someone very respected was willing to arrange this meeting. It would reflect poorly on our house should you refuse to go through with it now. Oh my fucking goodness. Scheduled for tomorrow. I expect you to be there, yes? This is all so sudden. You've put me in a position where I can't refuse. Well, just go to the interview and say, I'm not interested. My father is being dumb. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let him fucking deal with it. He made the choice. Let me be clear, I'm not forcing you to marry this person. I simply want you to keep your options open. As they say, experience is everything in life. As for who the suitor is, I'll leave that as a surprise. His character is even higher than his social standing, I assure you. See, his social standing could be really low. That is all. I suggest you get a good night's rest ahead of tomorrow. Father, we're not done talking. I said that is all. Fine. Please excuse me. What a dick. What a friggin' dick. That night. So, that's what this is all about. It's my fault that it's come to this. Please don't blame yourself. I'll be fine. My father said he wasn't going to force anything on me, so he should respect my decision. Really? Well, that's a relief at least. So does that mean you were at least a little concerned about losing me? A little. More like in an absolute panic. Still, you wouldn't have to go through this if I were just a little bit more reliable. That's not how I see you at all. You're working as hard as you can. That's something I've to be admired. No, getting those results for the old man is just a matter of pride. I'm not going to be the man I ought to be until the job is done. They say that I'm that stubborn old goat's second. They say I'm that stubborn old goat's second disciple, but I left the institute without presenting a capstone project. Just look at everything George and Tita have already accomplished at their ages. Compared to them, I'm pathetic. Makarov. So, would you happen to be at the branch campus's research building again today? Yeah, I know Keep is here. That makes for a perfect testing ground. The main campus is no slouch, but this is sort of the professor's home turf. I suppose it would be. I take the details of your project are still confidential then? Yeah, sorry about that. It's all gotta stay under wraps until it's complete. I promise you'll be the first one to know once the old man's satisfied. Once that's done, I'll be paying your father another visit. You don't have to worry about that. My father may be impatient, but I'm in no rush. Take your time. It's getting late, so I should go. So if this involves Aurelia in some form... Please try not to push yourself too hard. I won't. I've only got one class tomorrow, so I was thinking of pulling an all-nighter. But just for you, I'll take it easy. Talk to you soon. He's neck-deep in his research as ever. Makarov tries to hide it, but I can tell how concerned he is about me. He did say he was in a panic. It would be selfish to ask for more than that. But just once, I wish he said he was going to come rushing to my side. Sometimes you do actually need to tell people that that's a reaction that you would really like to see. Because it's not even necessarily that he wouldn't want to do it. It could just be that it doesn't come to mind for him. It's not a value of what would be appropriate in that situation. But he could also, if he knew that that's something that you wanted out of it, or something that you wanted in these sort of situations, he might be like, okay, yeah, no, I can go over there. No, this only goes to show how much faith he has in me. I need to show the same faith in him. I have to politely turn down whatever suitor father has arranged for tomorrow. Politely. That's not... I don't think there's... And so the day of the arranged marriage meeting came. Much to everyone's surprise, the mediator for said event was none other than the ruler of the Sutherland province, Marquis High Arms. However, the arranged partner Mary was supposed to meet came as an even greater surprise. Yep, called it. In my head. I called it in my head. Because this is how Aurelia was. It was either going to be Aurelia or him. He was also in the thumbnail. Brigadier General Wallace? Oh, excuse me. You were recently promoted to Major General, as I recall. It's fine. I wouldn't expect you to call me by my rank anyway. I believe, and then he continues to call him Major General Bardius in the text box. I believe the last time we saw each other was the evening before the Great War. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, he was part of that. Like, if anyone, he should be the most, like, understanding, right? Yes, I believe so. It's good to see you again. But there hasn't been some sort of mistake, has there? Don't be so rude, Mary. Please forgive my daughter's behavior, your lordship, Major General. It's all right. Her surprise is understandable. Major General Bardius has quite the reputation in Sutherland, but he's hardly known as a ladies' man. He's been approached about potential partners for marriage before, but he's never accepted even one. I mean, he would probably be married if he did, right? It's as the Marquis says. This is my first time meeting with a partner for an arranged marriage. Okay, the meeting, Scott. That's because I never felt anything towards a potential suitress until now. Though I've only met Lady Mary once before, I became somewhat of a secret admirer of hers. Okay, there's no way. He's playing pretend. This does not seem like something he'd do. This does not feel like something he'd do. I guess we don't know him that well. I'm gonna guess that this is a test of her love. This is her father trying to test her on her actual commitment to Makarov. That's my guess. He wants to make sure that she's truly in it for the long haul. And if not, then he'd go and try to help her find someone else, if not. That is my guess. What sort of man would I be if I let an opportunity like this pass me by? I had to accept. You feel about me that way, Lord Wallace? Well then, I'm happy that my daughter won the favor of a man such as yourself. Father? I recall speaking with Lord Wallace and Lady Aurelia about my romantic troubles the night of that party. He should know how I feel, so why is he doing this? In that case, I imagine things should go quite smoothly. Yes, so it seems. What was a crowd, wouldn't you say? Why don't we give them some privacy? Take as long as you need, you two. House Altheim and House Bardius are among the most distinguished families in Sutherland. It was my pleasure to serve as mediator. I'll be expecting good news. I'll do what I can. St. Arkh truly is a wonderful and charming city, don't you think? Before it was the chalk color it is today, it was the shining white beacon that served as the capital following the calamity of the Dark Ages. And once peace returned, it became home to Erebonia's renaissance of the fine arts. Correct. It's said that Sutherland's warmer climate played a hand in sparking people's interest and desire for the arts. That's how House Altheim came to own several works of art from the era of the old capital. What about your house, Lord Wallace? Well, House Barty has planted its roots in Erebonia after the War of the Lions, so it has a lot of heirlooms from that era. Still, I've always been fonder of the paintings and music, personally. That's part of what draws me to you, a teacher of the arts. You don't say. Yeah, I don't believe it. I'm not going to believe it until they are way more explicit about it. That's very flattering. How about I buy some drinks, then we can sit at one of the benches and chat some more. Well, all right. It's not quite the same as resting at a cafe, but it sounds delightful in its own way. I never thought of it that way. It's just my own personal interpretation. That said, I didn't take you for the type to have such deep knowledge of the arts. I'm truly impressed. Maybe so, but I could never compare to you. Your wisdom of the field goes far beyond your years as an instructor. Please, you flatter me. I have to admit that I didn't expect to have such a lively conversation with you about the arts. Did you have conversations like this with Lady Aurelia often? Well, I'd be lying to say if we haven't had our share of meaningful conversations. Though we haven't had the time to talk together like this for some time. My apologies for bringing this up so suddenly, Lady Mary. But were you truly shocked when you realized I was the one here for you today? Yes, but you don't have to apologize. The way I responded back at the estate was unbecoming. I'm sorry for that. I believe I fully gathered my thoughts on the situation now, and I better understand your true intentions. Do you now? I haven't forgotten the advice you gave me on the matters of the heart during the send-off party before the war. If I had to guess, you're doing this to help my family retain its respect. You took this meeting knowing full well how it would end, didn't you? I'm truly sorry for getting you involved in House Altheim's internal matters. No. Not at all. I believe there's been a fundamental misunderstanding between us. There has? I spoke the truth when I said that I was quite fond of you. Did you think those weren't my true feelings? Pardon? I'm well aware of how you feel towards Makarov. Given that, it may be uncouth of me to confess my feelings to you now of all times. Though, just the same as him, I'm at the age where it's time to start seriously considering marriage. Even if there are obstacles in my way, it's only natural that I give an earnest attempt to pursue someone who would be a good fit as my partner. And that someone is me. Yes, it all started that night at the party. I saw how wholeheartedly and loyally you cared for Makarov. Irrational as it may be, that drew me to you. I'm gonna say, very much, someone's affection for their partner is very much an attractive quality of a person. That, the way they approach relationships, right? So much that I quietly grew to resent him for making you wait like you have. Couldn't help but think that I would never treat you that way. I'm aware that confessing these feelings now will only increase the burden that's weighing on you, but I can simply give up. I'm a stubborn man who let his pride get in the way. I still don't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe this is a test. It's not what Mary said. It's a test. It's a test. It's got to be a test. I'm sorry, Lady Mary. I can only imagine how confusing this must be for you. Nevertheless, I want you to understand my feelings are genuine. Is he serious? But if you still don't believe me, then there's somewhere I'd like to have you accompany me. Would you do the honor? He brings her to a room, his room, where he has just a wall of pictures of her. It's like, do you believe me now? Honestly, I'm not even sure what would convince me outside of them ending the daydream. You were referring to Chardin Boutique? But why here? Because there's something I'd like to get for you, if that's all right. There is a testament to just how sincere my feelings are. I don't know what to say to that. I can't possibly reciprocate. Even if your feelings are sincere, Makarov is the one I... As I said, I'm well aware of that what I'm doing is rather unrefined and possibly even unreasonable. All I ask is that you hear me out. I get the sense that there's something about your and Makarov's relationship that is still in doubt. Remember, he's also constantly pointing out that part, which he'd do on my theory, or if he was telling the truth, admittedly, but still. Well, that's because... he's not necessarily wrong. Others picked up on that too. That's why he's been so concerned. That look on your face tells me you're well aware of this as well. All the more reason I can't simply back down. What's this? I know a ring would be a bit too sudden, but I hope you can accept this. Wallace presented Mary with a stunning corsage. Is this a marguerite corsage? That's right. In the language of flowers, the marguerite means true love. It represents my feelings towards you. Oh. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. True love. I also ask that you consider social standing, as two people that both come from noble houses. I'm only the son of a baron, but I do have an accomplished military career under me as well. It seems to be enough to satisfy Count Altheim, at least. And as a man, I'm confident I can make you happy. As a man, okay. Given the direction things have gone since the war, I suspect the next era will be a trying one for the nobility. Our houses could support one another through it if we were together. I suppose that's true? It's all right. I'm not asking for an immediate answer. My only hope for today was for us to get to know each other better. I know how unreasonable it would be to expect an answer so soon, so I think we should end things here. I'll come for your answer tomorrow, though. I hope you think carefully about who the best partner for you really is. Why tomorrow? But I don't want to pressure you, but I am going to set a deadline of tomorrow. Well then, I'll take my leave for now. I'll be looking forward to good news. Oh, shit. How did it come to this? What did I tell Makarov? The best partner for me. How do I truly feel? I mean, I think you do like Makarov. I think you're just not progressing in that relationship in a way that you want, right? And so the following day, which really just means you need to take action. I think that's really what it means. Don't just take faith in him. Take steps that you want so that you can be happy instead of just waiting, right? Maybe it involves something that isn't settling down. Maybe it involves doing something else in the relationship to progress it further. Maybe it involves taking other steps to just plan in on it or something like that. It sounds as though the two of you had quite a productive day yesterday. I understand you asked us here because there's something you want to say. What is it? Could it be that you have agreed to accept the Major General as a suitor? I'm ready for your answer. If you are, Lady Mary. Very well. I spent all of last night giving serious consideration to my response. While I'm incredibly flattered and grateful for your feelings, Lord Wallace, I'm afraid I cannot return them. Are you certain? Oh dear. Might I ask why? It's rather simple. Because I am in love with Makarov. Are you really? Yes. Please forgive me for being rude. But you're sure that love is real? Of course I am. In that case, could I ask you to explain your feelings to us? That's not how love works. I think. Shit. In that case, could you explain your feelings to us? I need to hear ample reason why I could never win your heart the way he has. Well, if I'm being honest, I don't know how to explain it myself. Would starting at how Makarov and I first met suffice? Go on. It is a good opportunity for me to learn as well. Please continue, Mary. I was still a naive, sheltered girl when I was first hired by Thors. I didn't know whether I was cut out for teaching. My first days were full of stumbles, and I felt as though I was always causing problems for my colleagues. I recall Makarov in particular being rather cold. I even considered him frightening. But as we interacted more and more, I came to know his true character. Yes, at a glance he can seem slovenly and come across as aloof. But the truth is, he was watching over me more than anyone else. Makarov was giving me help and advice in his own nonchalant way. That is to say, he was giving me special treatment. It's simply who he is. And as the days passed, I began to respect him for it, without even realizing. I even grew fond of the heartwarming relationship he holds with his niece, Mint. And then, after the Civil War ended, my feelings became all too clear to me. It wasn't just respect I felt towards him. Oh. Isn't that something? But why him of all people? Father, does the 10-year age gap and difference in social standing bother you that much? Wait, you see that much old... Then again, 10-year age gap is nothing in this sort of world, right? I don't believe any of that matters when it comes to the matters of the heart. Unless they're still underage. No, don't take that in a weird way. I don't believe any of that matters when it comes to matters of the heart. What's the actual, like, saying half your age plus 7 years? How old is Makarov? Oh, let's see. Let's see if it's actually sort of weird. 10 years can be a lot. Nope, doesn't say on this one. Yep, doesn't say how old he is here either. Internet, you have failed me. Well, whatever. Let's assume he's 40. Half his age, he'd probably have to be around 40 or so. If it was a 10-year age gap, so that's... Because it's plus 7, right? So... 36 would be... You'd have to be like 30... Like the 33 to 35 range is when it'd start getting weird for a 10-year age... it would start getting weird to have a 10-year age gap, basically. Well...
I understand that I'm a sheltered woman who lacks enough life experience to lecture anyone on the matters of the heart. But I believe in my heart that my love for Makarov is true, and I wish to make our love come true. And so, I must apologize. Perhaps it would be better if we forgot this arrangement was ever proposed.
So that's how it is. I see how deep your feelings for Makarov run now.
Then, does that mean you...
You feel that strongly about him, Mary?
How could any of us deny it after hearing all that?
I would urge you not to be so hasty, Lady Mary.
Oh, what? That voice, is it... Hey, I was wondering where you were. Why? Uh-oh. Sudden boss music starts. Please pardon my intrusion, Lord High Arms and Count all time. I understand an arranged marriage is being discussed today. It's only right for me to drop what I was doing to come straight here. Whatever do you mean? Are you saying you're in favor of this arranged marriage, your ladyship? That I am. But why? I cannot deny that your feelings for Makarov are genuine, Lady Mary. However... Right, there's still the matter of how Makarov himself feels. I can recognize that you do indeed love him, but what if that love is unrequited? His tone is so much more serious than before. Are you sure that isn't the case? I know he feels the same about me. If that's the case, then why is it that you two haven't been seeing each other as much as of late? Did he not leave you behind and take his research to the branch campus's hangar? Yes, he has been in leaves. That's because there's an important project Makarov has no choice but to finish. You don't sound very sure of yourself, Lady Mary. Again, I cannot deny that two of you share a genuine bond. But could the same not be true of yourself and Wallace? I've known this man since we were students, and never once has he let me down. He has always met my expectations and lent his support as a noble soldier and comrade. Honestly, why don't these two just get on, right? Isn't she a noble too? And if directed that loyalty to someone he loved, I have no doubt he would devote himself to them. He would never leave your side or keep you waiting. He would live up to your expectations, become a better partner to you than Makarov ever could. Something tells me you've suspected that as well. Even Count Legwood recognizes what kind of man the Major General is. Mary, I understand how sincere your feelings are. All I want for you is to choose a partner who will prioritize your happiness above all else. That's my only wish as your father. I know, Father, but I can't possibly change how I feel so easily. What can I say to them? Makarov,
Now hold your horses.
Oh, he did the thing! He showed
If
up.
anybody's gonna be by Mary's side, it should be me.
Makarov? Looks like we made it in just the nick of time. What a shame. I was hoping to see what would happen if it took you longer. You can be a real bully sometimes, you know that? What are these? Well. It looks splendid. Is this the machine I've been hearing so much about? The new soldat you've been developing with the aid of Swarza and the others. Is it finished? Yeah, I even got Professor Smith to acknowledge it as my capstone project. It'll still be a while before it's announced to the public, so keep this a secret. Now that it's done, there's nothing stopping me from standing by your side. I'm finally a man worthy of you. Makarov! Worthy, eh? A little ironic, wouldn't you say? Your project is what kept you her waiting and led you to interrupting an arranged marriage proposal in the first place. No, I'm not going to make any excuses. What I do know is that I could never call myself a man again if I didn't stop what was happening. I know I half-assed some important things when it comes to a lot of things in life. I'm always shooting myself in the foot, be it with research or Mary. But she loves me for who I am. Better yet, she's the most devoted person I've ever met. And I'm not just talking about our relationship. Mary is everything I lack. She's the other half I've been missing. She's also the most beautiful and charming woman I've ever met. Goodness, And all of that scared me. I doubted myself. I may be older than her, but I'm hardly any more experienced when it comes to love and all that. Do I even deserve to be with her? More importantly, can I truly make her happy? When I heard about this suitor business, for a brief moment, I thought it was for the best. Simply lack confidence in myself. Deep down, I knew that producing results with my research was only an excuse. But now, I have what it takes to harden my resolve. I'm not going to deceive Mary or myself anymore. I'm sorry, Major General, but I'm not letting you or anyone else have her. I don't care about our difference in social standing, how decorated you are, or if you're better suited for her than I am. Nothing's going to change how I feel about her. Makarov, you tell him. Well, when you put it like that, feel that strongly about Lady Mary? Then I humbly concede. The look in your eye tells me everything I need to know. I won't stand in your way. It was a very heartfelt speech. So are you sure this is what you want, Mary? I am, Father. Was it real? Was Bardius being sincere? I don't know. Oh my, that's all well and good, but I do believe everyone gathered today to see a marriage to be arranged. You wouldn't want to disappoint them. Was this like a bit... Was this Aurelio's like, yeah, it's finishing up soon. Let's do something fun. Let's arrange something fun for them. If you're so resolved, then why don't we make it official? What? Agreed. I think that would be an entertaining way to close out this afternoon. What do you think, Lord High Arms? Count all time? But of course. Yes, I suppose there's nothing else to do at this point. You've got this, Uncle Makarov. Wait, do you have a ring?
I'm not a perfect man. I'm still immature in a lot of ways, and I know I can be a handful at times. But I know there's nothing we can't beat, so long as we hold on to the love we have for one another.
Oh, he was prepared. That's good.
You're someone I need in my life, Mary.
Admittedly, him not being prepared might be a red flag, after all that.
So, please, will you marry me?
Oh, Makarov! Of course I will. Nothing would make me happier.
That's nice. That's been building up for like 5 games now. That's nice. I really do appreciate your concern and help through all this. Sorry about all the fuss, your lordship. No need to apologize. I'm grateful I had the chance to see something so wonderful today. Don't mention it. Something tells me things would have worked out between you two even without the theatrics. Oh, and about the Marguerite corsage I gave you yesterday. Consider it an engagement gift from me to the both of you. Lord Wallace, does that mean you planned for all this from the beginning? Jeez, how am I supposed to top that? I'm sure you'll have plenty of opportunities. The General sure did take me for a ride, though. Whatever do you mean? Wallace is the one who requested my help. But after reflecting on it, I thought it would be more interesting to set him up with you. And I wouldn't mind arranging for it again, should Sir Makarov here fail to meet my expectations. I'll pass on incurring that wrath, thanks. You really are something else, you know that? They are implying that it wasn't sincere? Pardon me if I'm being too presumptuous, Wallace. Perhaps it's time for you to take a step forward as well. Okay, there we go. You got me there. Ooh, wanna tell us what's so funny? Pipe down. Keep your nose out of other people's business for once. Oh, come on. Why did she come with anyways? You two wouldn't have got together in the first place if it weren't for me. She's not wrong. I feel like I owe Mintel a lot for pushing us together a few years ago. Fair enough. Sure, but don't go encouraging her. That's a slippery fucking slope. But I guess I owe you for coming with me today. It meant a lot. Well, that's more like it. You're very welcome. Jeez, how many times do I have to tell you to be more honest about your feelings? Don't let it go to your head, kid. Regardless, today has been a joyous day, wouldn't you say? As long as you're here, could I interest you in joining us for dinner? We can begin the wedding planning over drinks. That sounds great. I'd be happy to. Shall we be off then? So, what I don't understand is what happened for Bardius to be requesting help. That's the part I'm not actually putting 2 and 2 together on. Okay, I'm guessing that the sequence of events was the attempt to have an arranged marriage interview was sincere from her father, and Bardius was in fact the one that was like thrown into it, and he was like, "Oh fuck, I don't want to do this." So he called Le Guin, who is the one that he really likes, like, "Can you help me with this?" And she was like, "No, go along with it. I got an idea." I think that's it, yeah. People have a way of defying expectations, don't they? Lady Mary was certainly surprised, but I also didn't expect Sir Makarov to fight so valiantly. I know what you mean. Maybe I could learn a thing or two from them. Oh, from the sounds of it, you were courting her with everything you had. I found it hard to believe it was all just performance. Who can say? Anyway, Lady Aurelia, if you have some spare time, would you care to cross blades with me? After a practice duel, are you? It has been a while since we last did battle. Very well, on the condition that it be on horseback. Are you sure? Why not? I'm feeling nostalgic for the duel we had during our academy days. It's a memory I could never forget. My only regret is that there was no victor. Do you really consider it a draw? I was the president of the riding club, and you were the fresh-faced first year. You may as well have won. Not at all. I've never been satisfied with that result. I know when to admit defeat. We really do have a phenomenal first year on our hands. To the victor goes the spoils. Since you won, can you make one request of me as the club's president? What do you? You can make one request of me as the club's president. What do you desire? Oh. I don't believe this to be a true victory. But I will answer your question even if it was a draw. Oh, look, part of the Pigtails Club. That hairstyle does not suit her. That hairstyle does not suit her at all. Even if it was a draw. My goal is to demonstrate the potential of the sword, and to do so, I am to become the commander-in-chief of the world itself. Should Idios allow that to pass, then my wish is for you to support me as my right-hand man. That day really takes me back. In retrospect, that was probably where it all began. Why the smirk? It's nothing. Just thinking this is a good opportunity. I'll face you with everything that I have, so this duel's outcome will be more to your liking. Well, you know, I should be the one telling you that.
I have no intention of losing here, Sir Wallace Bardius.
I can't remember the last time you were so formal to me. But enough talk. Prepare yourself, Aurelia Le Guin.
No. You know what they say about love language and stuff like that? True Storm Bell. Neato. Well, that's fun. I don't think I want to dwell on that too much more. That was just a nice little thing, right? Oh boy. With that said, I think that's probably where I'm going to end my recording for today. So, I'll see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.